I guess JJ, congratulations, of course. I guess when you're looking at the different options, what did you find to make the best fit for you being going to Cincinnati?
Thank you. And I think it was a bunch of variables. I think one of the main ones was um, a winning atmosphere, winning culture. They made the playoffs last year, made the postseason. It's close to home. It's an East Coast team. Plays a lot of teams here in the NL East, NL Central. Um, it's close to home to kind of where I grew up in Pittsburgh, so I'm very familiar with the area. I played on the Midland Tomahawks growing up, or Midland Redskins for the 18U team in the area. Um, and I love the ballpark. I love the town. I love the city. It's just a great organization, great town, and just a great opportunity to play.
Your numbers took a setback last year. Was it anything physical or kind of just a odd season?
Yeah, it was a little bit of physical, a little bit of mental. Definitely pressed to I feel like do more, get results. Not up to my standards. I was I was disappointed, but I learned a lot about myself and what I had to do. I was able to finish the season strong. Um, I feel like I'm in a good place now. I feel like I'm better than back to where I was in 2024. I'm really looking forward to spring here coming up and with the adjustments I've made. And yeah, it's just one of those things where you just gotta learn from it and again, just not try to do too much and go out and compete.
What was the Reds' pitch to you, kind of just as far as the opportunity and what they saw in you and what you'd be getting to do in Cincinnati?
Yeah, when I got DFA'd with the A's, the Reds were kind of always there and always showed interest, which really caught my eye. And I would always wanted to play for the Reds and always loved, the organization and the stadium. And it was just, the same as all the other teams. It was just, we're looking for a corner guy. Obviously, we're not going to just, hand you the spot. You got to work for it. You got to earn it. And that was still enough for me to hear him out and to want to come here.
Was there an adjustment for you to play in Sacramento in that ballpark and all that it kind of went with that?
Yeah, yeah, it definitely wasn't the greatest setup, but the facilities were fine. The clubhouse was good. The cages and cafeteria were all great. Field wasn't ideal. You're playing in a minor league ballpark. Sometimes you'd forget you're in the big leagues when you go on the road. You're like, oh man, there's that third deck again. It's kind of nice. But you just had to work through it, and unfortunately, it didn't go the way I'd planned in Sacramento. But again, you just got to learn from that, and I just feel like I'm in a better spot now, better field, better fans, better stadium, and I love my time there in Sac and with Oakland, and now it's just a new chapter.
JJ, welcome to Cincinnati. What do you think is the key to getting back to your form of 2024?
Yeah, I think just being a fluid athlete, sticking to the fluidity in my swing, trust in my eye. I have a really good eye. I don't chase a whole lot. If I can just get back to that and get back to hunting my zones and staying within myself, I think I have a chance to do some really cool things here. And that's what I'm focused on right now is just keep it simple and just keep it more simple and just be aggressive.
Does playing at Great American Ballpark kind of help your bat too? It being a right-handed hitter. I mean, I'm sorry, a left-handed hitter to the right field side. It seems like a lot of home runs can happen even if you're not trying to hit a home run.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it can only benefit lefties. I've only played there a handful of times. Definitely suits a left-handed hitter for sure. And I naturally pull the baseball in the air without trying to do it. So if it can benefit you when you have good contact, I mean, more power to you. So as of now though, I'm not really worried about any of that. I'm just kind of focused on consistency and putting the bat on the ball and kind of going back to the middle of the field.
In terms of,
Five home runs, or I mean, five extra base hits in 7 games is pretty good with 2 homers. I
Yeah.
guess that's why you like the park.
I mean, that's one of many reasons, but yeah, I mean, I love playing there. I mean, it was my first road series when I debuted after Pittsburgh, or sorry, second road series after I debuted in Pittsburgh with the Marlins, and then we were there in 24 with the A's, and yeah, it was a fun series. Had a good series, and I just like playing there.
In terms of training, or are you one of those guys who's at a facility this winter? Kind of what are you doing, and then what are you working on really as well?
Yeah, I've been getting after it since early November, late October, and you know, the main thing for me is is the speed and the first step in the outfield type stuff. So you know, I've kind of um, done a little few things different this year with the training, more like quick twitch type things rather than just you know straight power lifting. You know, I feel like I already have the strength. It's more of like how can we get that up to speed as quick as we can. You know, like whether it's taking an extra base, stealing a base, or getting a good read in the outfield. And I take a lot of pride in my defense. And last year obviously didn't go as planned, and you know I've been taking a lot of pride in that this offseason, doing a lot more um, pop ups, grounders, first step stuff, agility, and then yeah, we'll probably start getting into live ABs here soon. You know, and the main thing has just been kind of getting back to the fluidity of my swing, like I talked about, and stay in the middle of the field, and doing a lot more randomized BP sessions, mixed pitch, more game like scenarios to kind of throw yourself into the fire quick.
I noticed that was actually your first big league home run was here.
Yeah, I was off Castillo
That's a
down
pretty
right
good
field
guy to
line.
get your first one off of.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good. I remember Garrett Cooper, who was the Marlins first baseman at the time. He told me that's a good one to get your first one off.
JJ, if you can hear me okay, congrats on signing. And I wonder if because you saw the Reds down the home stretch of the season and the home stretch of their run to clinch a playoff berth, I wonder if anything stood out to you about the team at that time when I think it was mid-September they went out to
hmm
Sacramento.
hmm
Um, did anything strike you about that team and make you think maybe that was a place that could fit you at some point in the future?
You know what, Pat? I really, honestly wasn't even thinking of it at the time, but you know, I knew I had played there before, and I liked the city, like the organization. But you know, at the time, I want to say we took the series 2 out of 3, and they were really in the hunt right there. And but they were still able to make it. But I mean, you could just tell like the amount of talent they have arm wise, you know, in the bullpen, starting rotation, defensively, the depth. I mean, it was a solid team, and you could just tell that they were really wanting to make something happen for a postseason berth.
You guys actually swept that series, believe it or not.
Oh, we swept.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You hit like 700 home runs as a
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, I think Kurtz hit one like 500 feet that series.
You
I
did.
just want to
Yeah.
circle back. What year were you with Midland out here? Do you
I
remember?
want to, it was before my freshman year of college, so 2016 summer.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I was actually living in Newport, Kentucky, and with my host dad, and there was a bunch of us there, so we would just go commute to I forget where the location is at now, but they still have the same exact facilities, you know, not too far from Cincy. And yeah, we would just go there, practice, do the Farmington, you know, travel baseball stuff, and it was a good preparation for college baseball.
The Reds also traded for Dane Myers today. It doesn't look like he intersected in Miami, but do you have any sort of familiarity with him and kind of what he brings to the Reds outfield?
Yeah, I've played against Dane. I've seen a lot of his, you know, defensive highlights. I think Dane's a really good defender. Um, can really put the bat on the baseball, and you know, is just a tremendous athlete. So I think he brings a lot of versatility to the Reds in the outfield, and you know, just can is just a playmaker.
Wondering, JJ, if you've had any talks with Tito. I hopped on here late, so I apologize if you've already addressed this, but looking forward to playing for Terry Francona and what you are expecting once you hit spring training.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I mean, it's definitely cool to be getting managed by a legend, and just to have the experience to kind of connect with him. He did send me a few texts, and we were just you know chatting. He was asking you know if I was from Meadville, and Northwestern PA, and we had a little chat about that because I believe he was from Beaver Falls, and he was telling me I probably went down to Pittsburgh to vacation where I was from, so I thought that was a little funny because it does get a little cold up there in the northwest corner, almost near Buffalo. But other than that, it's just he's had a tremendous career. He's had success, and I'm just looking forward to to feeling it out. I'm one of those guys just like that likes to sit back and watch, and I'm just looking forward to that and just kind of seeing what the vibe is at spring and kind of get ready to get going and win some games.
JJ, going into your fifth year and obviously first year with a new team, do you have any personal goals for yourself going into the new season, or is it as simple as just, taking it sort of one day at a time with a new team?
I think it's a mix of both, but right now it's taking one day at a time. I mean, make sure I'm healthy going into spring training. Make sure strength, weight, everything feels good, and I'm happy where I'm at, and then from there on out, it's just compete. Trust what I've done this offseason, trust the work I put in, and just go be who I am. Don't try to do too much, and don't try to put stats out there like hit X amount of homers, do X amount of batting average. I've done that in the past, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I mean, it's hard to control that in baseball, but if you can kind of just control the game plan and what you want to do, the simple things, the little details, you'll get the results.
Anybody else? Well, JJ, thanks for your time.